Well, good afternoon again. I've come out to the pond. It's chilly, it's starting to rain, but I need a little breath. So this is ranty mcrantface near Skeg. So I've been keeping koi now for over 30 years. I'm 51. I think the first koi pond I was actually involved with, excuse me, I'm having a cigarette because I'm rant mode. The first koi pond, actual koi pond that I had any real involvement with was when I was 15, 16. That was the first one. First one that I was involved in. And since then I think I've probably built 6 or 7 ponds, moving houses and upgrades to ponds and all various manner of things. And last year I decided to do some upgrades on the pond and started doing some research into filter systems and all that sort of thing. I had my eyes opened a little bit with new filtration methods and all that sort of thing, and started joining some Facebook groups which I thought, oh, that'll be handy. Things move on, you learn new things, but I'm getting mightily frustrated. And I've noticed it more and more and more with YouTube videos and Facebook groups and this hierarchy of holier than thou, I'm an expert in koi keeping, blah de blah de blah. Especially on the Facebook groups. And you never seem to be able to get any advice. All you get is, have you tested your water? Have you done some scrapes? Well, sorry mate, I don't need to do scrapes, I've got this problem. And it seems to now be a culture of every little thing, pull your fish out and do some scrapes. Now, yes, scrapes are important. It's important to do your microscopy and work out what's going on in your pond. But if you've got a clear bacterial infection and no other indicators of parasitic activity, why do you need to pull your fish out and scrape them? Your fish aren't flashing, they're all behaving perfectly well, apart from they've got a red mark. So it's clearly they've got some sort of bacterial infection, or they've got fungus. So you treat the fungus, there's no signs of any parasitic activity, your water tests are fine. They've obviously knocked themselves, they've got a little cut or a split fin or something like that, and the fungus has got in. Simple. But you go on the forums now and you say, right, I've got this problem. In fact, I went on the forums the other day because I just wanted to get my own peace of mind that I was treating the bacterial infection, as you've seen on the shower. And one of my fish has fungus, so I treat it with acroflavin and malachite green. And then I wanted to do a Virkon treatment or a PP treatment to take out the potential of bacteria. Well, firstly I was told PP doesn't knock out bacteria, which, from an expert, this was, which is obviously incorrect, because if you use PP, it'll knock back your filters, because it takes out organics and all that sort of thing. So I just wanted to check how long after acroflavin and whatnot I could do another treatment. So all I got was 20 people going, you need to get to the bottom of why there's a problem, and have you done tests, and what are your water parameters, and yada yada yada, blah blah blah. And it's like, really? All I want to know is how long before that chemical gets out of the water system, and can something else be treated? I've watched YouTube videos, the slightest little mark. Right, I'm going to pull all my fish out and scrape them. Why? Why stress your fish out? Yeah, they're not flashing, they're not rubbing up against the sides, they've got a little red mark. They've knocked themselves, they've knocked a scale or whatever. But people seem to have this culture now of pulling their fish out of the water, and I don't understand it. I think in the first 25, 30 years of keeping koi, I never pulled a fish out of the pond and did a scrape. Never. Never. And I don't know if it's something to do with the breeding now, that the fish are more fragile, or it's a cultural thing, or it's that the nature of parasites have changed. But having been on the forums, it kind of highlights it. That you can't actually get an answer to a question. All you get is, what are your water parameters? Have you scraped all your fish? Now, I don't know. And it seems to be people are trying to make people feel like idiots. And I've just been on one, and some guy said fish jumped out of the pond about 3 or 4 weeks ago. It's now got fungus. Well, somebody then said we need to get to the root cause of why the fish has got fungus. It's probably parasites. So I piped up and said, highly unlikely to be parasites unless it's heated, because most parasites are dormant at this time of year. Obviously the root cause of the problem is where the fish has jumped out, it's damaged itself, and it's got fungal infection from the damage. Well, I've been absolutely roasted by a expert in fish health who does it professionally, who's basically told me I haven't got a clue what I'm talking about. To say that most parasites are still fully active in the midst of winter in an unheated pond is, in my opinion, ridiculous, because they go into a state of dormancy, as far as I'm aware, and as far as I've ever known. I'm quite happy for someone to say, no, you're wrong, but as far as I'm aware, their life cycles become dormant as the temperatures drop. So therefore, they don't have such an impact on the pond's ecosystem. But, I don't know, I'm waffling because it's not sitting right in my head. It's constantly pulling fish out. And if someone can explain it to me, then I'd really love to know why. Because, as I say, I've been keeping fish over 3 decades. And I've never, ever, ever seen people pull fish out of their ponds as often as I see now. Water tests, yes. Observing the fish, yes. But pulling fish out for every single little thing, I don't get it. And I'm sorry I don't get it, but I don't get it. So, this is Ranty mcrantface of Skegness, or just outside, wondering what the blinking heck is going on, and why people feel the need to belittle people when they know nothing about them, nothing about what they know or what they've done. And it always seems to be these people who are professionals. Maybe it's because that's how they earn their living, is by getting people to pull their fish out and scraping them and all the rest of it. But I've never known anything like it. Anyway, that's my little rant of the day.